All right, good morning. Happy Sabbath, everybody. Hopefully, everybody doing wonderful this morning. All right, I'm gonna not right now, but I'm gonna do a lesson a little bit later dealing with so-called race, and I'm going to use the Black's Law Dictionary, and I'm going to use the Bible, and I'm going to use the regular dictionary so we can get some edification. But before I get into that lesson, which I'll probably do, like I said, later on, I'm gonna say this, and it's probably gonna upset a lot of people, and I really care less. And it's not that I care less because I'm just trying to be I'm gonna say I'm gonna be being a prick about it. I care less because we need to grow up. Everybody need to grow up. When I say everybody, I mean the so-called black race and the so-called white race. And again, like I told you before, there's no such thing as black people, and there's no such thing as white people. There's nationalities. The problem is, and then again, it's on both sides. The problem is, I'm gonna deal with my people first. Then I'm gonna deal with the so-called white man. The problem is we got Stockholm syndrome. We stick our head in the sand like that's not a problem, but we don't want to hold ourselves responsible for some of the BS that we do in our own communities. We need to fix our own communities. I've done right, and I continue to do outreach programs. I continue to try to put together things about feeding the homeless and stuff like that. So before you, if you don't come over here with that BS, because I get out there and I deal with the community. I'm a good supporter of any brother or sister that want to get out there and help their people. So it's not just about beating up on my people; it's about correcting them. The problem is a lot of us don't like correction. Then when shit get bad in our lives, we want to blame everybody else. Like I said, so we need to grow up. We are a chosen people. We are queens. We are kings. We are royalty. You know what I'm saying? So you ladies, you need to start conducting yourself as queens. You're not tramps. You're not bitches. You're not whores. For the men, you're not pimps. You're not thugs. You're men. You're kings. You're not niggas. Let's start carrying ourselves like that. These people put that poison out there. And again, I'm saying this because I was part of that. I was part of that world at one time. Do I think that I'm greater than thou? No. The problem is I don't want to see y'all make the same mistakes I made in my life. That's what this is about. I don't want to see y'all make the same mistakes that I made in my life. If I can help a brother or sister out, I'm willing to do that, and I'm willing to share with you with my experiences. But you have to be willing to listen to each other, not overtalk each other, down each other. You know, I mean, we spent a whole day putting catfight videos up, with young ladies. I mean, come on, man. If we stop giving it attention, it'll stop. But we'll post stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and you get 7, 8 million hits because that's where our mind at right now. That's foolishness. And these people sit there and they laugh at us because, again, it benefits them. But since I'm on that subject, let's talk about so-called white folks. Now that those brothers and sisters who are out there doing a good job, an excellent job, that are reaching out to these brothers and sisters, through different forums or mediums or what have you. Even to the fact that these brothers and sisters have come up on the fact that they are the chosen people, that we are the chosen people. Now everybody getting their feelings. White folks get, well, you preaching hatred now. You're preaching reverse discrimination now. Have you not benefited from discrimination and you turn a blind eye to it? If it apply to you, it apply to you. Get mad all you want. If it apply to you. You turned your eye to a corrupt government and a corrupt system that abused people for years. You said nothing. You sit back and it's all good because it don't affect you. Even to the point where you abuse and you manipulate some of your own people to hide the fact of who we are. Now again, I don't get out there and preach hatred. I teach the truth. The problem is We want to stick our head, all of us want to stick our head in the sand like it don't exist. And y'all don't understand that. Guess what? That's what's in the Bible. The Bible was teaching everybody the same thing. The problem is the children of Israel, our forefathers, were not adult enough to stand by and teach and correct each other the right way. So when the Father took that blessing from us and punished us, but he's going to redeem, he gave every nation a chance. Everyone got a chance to rule right. But he knew they weren't going to rule right. And now that's where we're at this point now. But the redemption is back to Israel. So you brothers and sisters talking about y'all, we're Israelites, you have to be righteous before you even talk about what the other nations are. You need to take charge of the mess that our forefathers have done. But guess what? In the wicked church, you say we ain't done nothing. You see how it all goes back to a same old cycle? And these guys don't preach that, we broke the commandments. And they might say the commandments are done away with. So we continue to perpetuate the same ideology, which that's why the younger generation do what they do. They don't have the substance of understanding that they are holy people. And they have rules and regulations to how to conduct yourself. We conduct ourselves like lawless people. But anyway, like I said, dealing with the so-called white man, we had you can't get upset now that the truth is coming out because we've been excluded from day one. Been excluded from day one. You had every opportunity to include us, but you made statutes, you made acts, you made laws against us. Now that you find out that there's a law against you, you get upset. But the same law that was against you was against us. You see how it comes all back come around? But instead of you saying, you know what, I need to make a change in my life, you continue to do the same hatred. The same old hatred. But anyway, I'm going to close this on this note. Let me read something. Let me close this on this note. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke 4 and 18. And it says, the Spirit of the Lord was upon me because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and to recover the sight of the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. Let's put that in the context. The so-called Negroes economically own just as much as they did during slavery. Let me repeat that one more time. Economically, the so-called Negro owns just as much as he did during slavery. That's why when you read Revelations 2 and 9, and Revelation 3 and 9, it talks about he know thy poverty, but thou art rich. We're rich because guess what? The blessing is going to come back to us. You had every opportunity. To the captives. Who went into captivity? Exactly, Israel. Israel, the real Israelites. From Genesis all the way up to Revelations. Okay? And in that captivity, they lost something. They lost their sight of who they are. They became other nations. They lost their identity. Everybody else on the planet has an identity, which goes inside nationality, language, culture, heritage, on and on. We lost that. And in that captivity, we were bruised. We was beat. We was murdered. Our foremothers were raped. even so defiled that these men rape some of the men. I mean, you have to be wicked to rape a man. The Bible speaks clearly about men sleeping with other men. But again, that's the moral compass of this country. They just passed laws allowing that. Wow. But y'all believe in this book. So, again, I'll throw that out there. I'll make a lesson a little later on dealing with race, and I'll break that down. And again, I'm going to use the Black's Law Dictionary. I'm going to use the Bible, and I'm going to use the regular dictionary. So, with that being said, peace, love, shalom.